The sea is calm, almost too calm, as the thousand sunny cuts through the horizon under a burning orange sky. The crew stands scattered across the deck, each lost in their own thoughts, but there is a shared tension in the air. Something bigger is coming. Something none of them can ignore. Luffy leans against the railing, his straw hat shadowing his eyes. A wide grin slowly spreads across his face, the kind that means trouble is close. He can feel it, adventure is calling again, louder than ever. Nami studies a map spread across the table, her fingers tracing unfamiliar routes. Her expression is serious, more than usual. The Grand Line has changed, routes that once existed have shifted, islands have disappeared, and something new has emerged in the new world. Something dangerous. Zoro sharpens his swords in silence, the sound of steel grinding against stone echoing rhythmically. His eyes occasionally glance toward the horizon, instinctively aware of threats long before they appear. Sanji lights a cigarette, exhaling slowly as he watches Nami. His usual charm is there, but beneath it lies concern. The sea ahead is no place for mistakes. USO paces nervously, clutching his slingshot. He mutters exaggerated fears under his breath, imagining monstrous enemies and impossible odds, but deep down he knows he will stand his ground when it matters. Chopper sits near Robin, flipping through a medical book, trying to distract himself. Robin, calm as ever, reads an ancient text she recovered from their last island. Her eyes narrow slightly as she pieces together fragments of history that were meant to stay buried. Frankie works below deck, hammering loudly as he upgrades the Sunny for what lies ahead. His voice occasionally bursts out in excitement, declaring new modifications that will make the ship unstoppable. Brooke hums a soft tune, the melody light yet haunting, as if it carries memories of battles yet to come. Suddenly the log pose begins to spin wildly. Nami freezes. This is not normal. The needle jerks in 3 different directions before settling on a path none of them expected, a path leading straight into a region marked with warnings, legends, and death. Luffy steps forward, his grin widening. That's where we're going. Nami protests immediately, explaining the risks, the storms, the unknown forces that even experienced pirates avoid. But Luffy doesn't hesitate. He never does. Adventure is never safe. The sky darkens as they approach the new region. Clouds gather unnaturally fast, swirling like a living entity. Thunder cracks across the sky, but there is no lightning. Just sound, loud, unnatural, and constant. The sea begins to shift beneath them. Waves rise without wind. The water itself seems restless, as if something beneath it is watching. Usopp screams as a massive shadow moves under the ship. Zoro stands instantly, hand on his sword. Sanji flicks his cigarette away, eyes sharp. Another shadow appears. Then another. Creatures begin to surface. Massive sea beasts, larger than anything they have encountered before. Their eyes glow faintly, not with rage, but with something else. Control. Robin whispers softly. These creatures are not acting on instinct. They are being commanded. A deep horn echoes across the sea. From the fog emerges a fleet. Ships unlike any they have seen before. Dark, towering, and marked with a symbol none of them recognize. A symbol that sends a chill even through Robin. Nami's voice shakes. This is not a pirate crew. Figures stand on the leading ship, cloaked and motionless. One steps forward. A tall figure, face hidden but presence overwhelming. The air itself seems heavier. The figure raises a hand. The sea beasts stop instantly. Then, with a single motion they attack. Chaos erupts. The Sunny is surrounded as massive creatures crash against the water, attempting to drag the ship under. Luffy launches forward without hesitation, stretching across the battlefield and striking the nearest beast with immense force. Zoro leaps into action, slicing through waves and enemies alike with precise, devastating strikes. Sanji kicks off the air, flames igniting as he drives back a creature lunging toward Nami. Usopp fires explosive rounds, barely holding his composure as he shouts strategies no one listens to. Chopper transforms, rushing to protect the ship's structure while preparing for injuries. Frankie unleashes new weapons from the Sunny, beams of energy blasting through the water. Brooke moves like a ghost, cutting through enemies with chilling speed. Robin's arms bloom across the battlefield, restraining and breaking anything that gets too close. Despite their strength, the enemies keep coming. The cloaked figure watches silently, then disappears. In an instant the figure reappears on the Sunny. Luffy turns just in time to block a strike that shakes the entire ship. The force is unlike anything he has felt before. The figure speaks, voice calm and cold. You should not have come here. Luffy grins, pushing back. Too late for that. Their clash sends shockwaves across the sea. The crew pauses for a split second, feeling the intensity of the battle between their captain and this unknown enemy. Zoro tries to step in, but Luffy shouts for him to stay back. This one is mine. The figure moves with unnatural speed, each strike calculated, each movement precise. Luffy struggles to keep up, his attacks powerful but barely connecting. Nami realizes something terrifying. The enemy is predicting Luffy's moves. Robin confirms it. This is not observation. This is knowledge. The figure knows how Luffy fights. The battle escalates as Luffy pushes harder, refusing to back down. His determination fuels him, but the enemy remains calm, almost bored. Finally, the figure lands a direct hit. Luffy crashes into the deck, the impact cracking the wood beneath him. Silence falls for a moment. The crew freezes. Then Luffy starts laughing. He stands up slowly, wiping blood from his mouth. That actually hurt. His grin returns, wider than ever. Now it's getting fun. The air changes. The crew feels it instantly. Luffy's presence intensifies, his energy rising to a level that even his own crew hasn't fully witnessed before. The figure tilts their head slightly. Interesting. Before the fight can continue, another horn echoes. The fleet begins to withdraw. The sea beasts retreat instantly, disappearing beneath the waves. The cloaked figure steps back. This is only the beginning. In a blink, they are gone. The storm clears as suddenly as it appeared. The sea becomes calm again. Too calm. The crew stands in silence, processing what just happened. Nami grips the map tighter than ever. Robin closes her book slowly. Zoro sheathes his swords, his expression serious. Sanji lights another cigarette, hands slightly tense. Usopp collapses, overwhelmed. Chopper rushes to Luffy, checking his injuries. Frankie inspects the damage to the Sunny. Brook hums a low, uneasy tune. Luffy looks out at the horizon, his grin still there, but his eyes sharper now. That guy was strong. Stronger than expected. But that just makes it better. Nami turns to him, frustration mixed with fear. Do you even understand what we just faced? Luffy nods. Yeah. He looks forward again. And we're going after them. No hesitation. No doubt. The crew exchanges glances. Despite everything, they know this is the path they chose. The path to becoming the Pirate King is not meant to be easy. As the Sunny sails forward, the camera pulls back. Far in the distance, hidden within thick fog, the fleet regroups. The cloaked figure stands at the front, watching the horizon where the straw hats disappeared. Another figure approaches, their presence equally intimidating. They ask a simple question. Are they the ones? The cloaked figure responds without turning. Yes. A pause. Then a final statement filled with certainty. The world is about to change. Back on the Sunny, the crew prepares for what lies ahead, stronger enemies, deeper mysteries, and a truth that could shake the very foundation of the world. Luffy sits at the figurehead, staring into the endless sea. His voice is quiet, but filled with determination. I am going to be king of the pirates. The wind picks up. The adventure continues.